in terms of your own self, you are the most important person in this room and the most important person in the world. But in terms of your family, you're very important. In terms of your parents, from the time you were a child, your friends, your customers, your coworkers, the things that you do make you a terribly, terribly important person. And the reason that I emphasize this is because how important you feel you are is the critical determinant of how much success you'll have in life. How important you feel you are, how much you like yourself and respect yourself, is the critical determinant of everything that happens to you. You know, and Dennis has taught this, and Jim has taught this, and I've taught this. For me, it's one of the great revelations is your level of self-esteem, how much you like and respect yourself, determines the entire quality of your life. That everything we do in life is either to raise our self-esteem or to protect it. And so the more you like yourself, the more you value yourself and see yourself as an important person, the more you like other people. And the more you like others, the more they like you, and they want to be around you and associated with you and buy from you and recommend you to their friends. There's another thing, is that self-esteem is very closely correlated with self-confidence. Is the more you like yourself, the more confidence you have. The more you like yourself, the more you bounce back from rejection and failure and disappointment. Now, everybody in life is going to get knocked down 1,000 times. The only question is how many times you get back up. And the more you like yourself, the more you realize that failure is never final, as Dennis says, is that failure is merely a form of feedback, is that problems are simply learning experiences. So what you do is if you really like yourself, you say, whoa, that hurt, ouch, get back into it. And so the more you like yourself, the better you perform at everything you do. So I want you to say the words, because the things that you say to yourself have an inordinate power in your emotions. Say, I like myself. No, let's take our thumbs out of our mouths. Let's try one more time, all right? Say, I like myself. I like myself. Wonderful. Now, from now on, as you go through the day, say, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. Do you know that every single language where I've taught this, in every single language, you can't say it without smiling to yourself? It is almost like taking a mental vitamin pill. You take it and you like yourself. As a matter of fact, there's an interesting thing. Our greatest, and Chris was talking about this, and other people talk about it, our greatest obstacles to success are our fears. Fears of failure, fears of loss, fears of making a mistake, and so on. But the more you like yourself, the less you fear. If the higher your self-esteem, the lower your level of fears. And so whenever you're feeling a little nervous or uncomfortable or you're making a presentation, say, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. Get yourself pumped up. I like myself, I like myself. Go into a mirror, and I don't advise you to doing this in public washrooms or elevators. But as you walk along, say, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. And what you do is you pump up your psyche. You pump up your self-esteem. I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like. Now, there are mornings when you get up and you will not say, good morning, God. You'll say, good God, it's morning. And so what you say is, oh boy, I feel terrible, but I like myself. I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. And you get yourself pumped. And the wonderful thing is, do you know what the key to human relations is? The key to human relations is to make other people feel important. Dale Carnegie's breakthrough book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, says make others feel important. And how do you make others feel important? You build their self-esteem. You give them praise and appreciation and compliment. You thank them. You say kind things to them. Zig Ziglar once said this wonderful line. He said, you can never be too fair or too kind to other people. Never be too fair or too kind. When in doubt, always be even fairer, always be kinder. And why? Because when you're kind to people and generous to people and warm and complimentary, you build their self-esteem. And here's this wonderful thing in psychology is everything you do that builds the self-esteem of another builds your own. Everything that you do that makes another person feel happier about themselves make you feel happier about yourself. So you find that really successful people, everywhere they go, people just brighten up and smile because they're friendly, they're warm, they're courteous. I have met, and Chris talks about this, I have met and worked with many of the great billionaires, and most of them self-made billionaires in the United States. And I find that every single case, when you meet with these people, and sometimes I spent several hours with them talking about their business alone in a room with the telephones off, and I found that in every case, and I think of these people, they shine in my mind, they're all warm, friendly, kind. If you didn't know that these people were some of the richest people in the world, if you didn't know in advance, there's no way you could tell from meeting them because they're just such nice people. And so now which comes first? Being a really genuinely nice person and being a great success, or being a great success and then becoming a nice person? By the way, there's a rule that says this: the success does not change you, it just makes you more of what you already are. So if you're a really nice person, you become successful, be a nicer person. If you're a jerk and you become successful, you become a bigger jerk. You know, you go to Hollywood, right? Okay. Anyway, So the fact is that you are the most important person here. And whenever you feel yourself a little bit down, just say, hey, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. You take control of your mental life by putting your hands on the wheel and say, wait, I like myself. Failure is only feedback. Learn from every experience. Get up, get going, and so on. Okay, is this important? You get this? Okay. Now, next question. How many people here are self-employed? Well, Dale, what's the true answer to that question? We all are. The worst mistake you could ever make in your whole life is to ever think you work for anyone else but yourself. As a matter of fact, your job is not only to be self-employed, but to be unemployable. Right? Where you just simply can't work for anybody else. You can only work for yourself. And it's interesting, it's the attitude. Chris was talking about attitude. It's the attitude of self-employment that separates the winners from the non-winners.